And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another top 5 picks of the week here in Circle of Debate. Of course, this is the host of Devious One, I've been seeing, and I'm here with the undefeated, the unmatched, the unrivaled, and
Do not forget, undisputed.
undisputed, ladies and gentlemen, money by God, a podcasting micro. That's right. And today's top 5, ladies and gentlemen, is top 5 worst debuts. As you can see it there. What top 5? And yes, that's Matt's favorite faction, Retribution. He loves Retribution, but unfortunately, Matt's not here to talk about it because I know Matt has been dying to talk about this, but hey, but Matt has been a busy man. Like I said, everybody been busy as of late, but we're here. By God, a podcast and myself are here to talk about these debuts from the past to even the present right behind me, as you can see in my screen. So, of course, I have to save the God of podcasting for last because he is, the unrivaled, the unmatched, the undisputed, and
Undefeated.
Undefeated. There you go. You have to remember that, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot. I have to remember that. So there we go. My top 5. Number 5. Even though he already made his debut the first time, but when they brought him back, I'm like, come on, we know who you are. They chanted his name, and that is Tensai, formerly known as Albert. Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
Because he was Giant Bernard in New Japan. And he was, at that time, when he left WWE the first time, when he went to New Japan, is when he was actually really big and very, very popular as Giant Bernard. He had great matches over there too. If you have not seen, Albert's, matches in New Japan, YouTube it because he did have his career elevated when he left. It's funny how everybody's career elevates after you leave WWE. But when they bring you back as a different character, Tensai, like, what's up with that? Like, why? Like, everybody was chanting, Albert. Everybody knew that's why. The only difference is that he waxed his hair. That's the only difference. And even his eyebrows. I think, remember, right? He had no eyebrows.
Yeah, and he had like, I don't know, forgive me if I'm wrong, but like hieroglyphics on his face or whatever. Yeah,
like those Japanese symbols that he had.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, what the fuck? Like, we know who you are. Like, Jesus, my God. So that I just feel bad for him, but I'm glad that. And then remember when they put him with Brodus Clay? Remember
that was so random and ridiculous. And he's one of the few people to pin John Cena clean.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I forgot about that. Jesus, I cannot believe it. But hey, I'm glad he's now a head trainer for NXT. So
yeah,
there you go. All right, number 4. Another one that was so obvious. Why would you do that, Vince? Why would you do that? That you're trying to like not let go of Diesel and Razor Ramon. You have to bring 2 fake ones, for God's sakes. You brought a fake Diesel, you brought a fake Razor Ramon, which the fake Diesel was Kane, by the way, which I'm glad that he reincarnated his career becoming Kane. Because fuck no, man. I don't know. I just didn't. Everybody knew that they were not the real, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. I never understood why they kind of like did, continued with those characters after they left WWF and went to WCW.
Right.
I don't know how you feel about it, Mike, but I feel he did it just to kind of throw out their faces. Maybe, I don't know, but it didn't make sense to me to keep him around. Like, what's it? But I'm kind of glad they kept it because then we would not have a Kane. So
I'm glad that it didn't work out because we got Kane,
Yes, indeed, I agree. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, what would have happened had it worked out and people accepted fake Diesel and fake Razor Ramon, and then the lethal dose of poison came back, and you got both of them, and then it's like the space-time continuum would just cease to exist. But right? Good thing that didn't happen. So
exactly, we don't want a repeat of Undertaker. type of
Right.
moment. We don't want that. So I'm glad it didn't happen. Glad we had Kane. That's all
That
matters.
is true. Yeah.
That is very, very true. So number 3, this is the one that threw me off because it's like it. Okay, you left WWF, you went to WCW, and you became 7, Dustin. Why would you become 7 and wearing like this powder fucking makeup? I did not understand the character. I did not. I'm like, what is this shit? I just didn't enjoy it. It's just like who you're supposed to be. That's where I'm confused. I don't know if did you understand it, Mike? I never understood that character.
No, and I probably think I probably need a little help to understand it, just like the writers did.
I know, right? Yep. Probably was Bro. Probably was, Russo. I don't know. Hopefully not. But if it was Russo, no bueno, my friend. No bueno. Number 2. I get it that you're trying to kind of like, it's another one that you're trying to copy someone else's character and introducing him alongside with Hulk Hogan. You kind of promoted him like his partner in crime, and that is Renegade, the wannabe Ultimate Warrior. Renegade, they really hyped him up before Warrior even actually came to WCW, but they really hyped them to the point, had him in flyers, posters with Hogan, main event matches with Hogan. Like, I'm like, I don't like it. Like, wow, really, Renegade, you're gonna run in? Yeah, Renegade. Oh, like, come on, dude. It's like want to be Warrior 2.0. Rest in peace, Elgin. But you can't do it. Nobody can be like the Ultimate Warrior. Nobody, and I mean nobody. That was a horrible gimmick. I hated that shit. It was just like boring to me. And of course, number 1. Of course, he was introduced at a television show. Let me introduce you, the Shock Master. And there you go. Yes, what a worst debut. This is like, oh man. Tugboat, why did you do that? Why would you do that? Like, why Tugboat? Why would you take this character? Shockmaster, really? Oh my God.
Quite shocking, if you ask me.
Exactly. It was quite shocking. I did not enjoy this. It was horrible, man. I did not enjoy this at all. And the funny thing is, I still haven't really seen a match. I have you? I've never seen an actual match.
Look that up right now.
Yeah, right. I just never I see the debut only, but I never seen a match. You know what? Honestly, it never gave me the curiosity to kind of like look YouTube. I never did, but now I'm kind of curious now. So Money Mike is researching it for us, ladies and gentlemen, to see if there is a
There is, but I don't know if, because it says, okay, Shockmaster, and he's there without the helmet. But it's him as Tugboat. It's not him as Shockmaster.
What the fuck?
Oh, that was just whose idea was this? Dustin Rhodes? I mean,
I think it was Dusty, yeah, because he was like the head booker at the time and writer, I think. Horrible.
It kind of seemed like a Bruce Pritchard idea to me.
Yeah, Brucey, thought it was you. No, but you weren't there. You was hey pal, it was Mr. Man. So and then my honorable mentions, I have 2. I could have more to this because there's just so many that I can remember, and it's kind of, and I did my research, went back, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is the one that didn't make sense, but okay. I'll mention one, and it was a bad debut for him. I wish he could have debuted as the Brian Kendrick, not as a naked man running around with Bellboy's freaking suit. Do you remember that, right? Spanky, like, oh yeah, my name is Spanky, and You making your debut as a naked guy is not the way to do that. I'm sorry. It was not the way to be debut your wrestling career. No, I would not do that at all. So that's what I remember of the Brian Kendrick when he came in as Spanky. And then I wish he could have been his debut different. But I'm glad at least his career was elevating little by little. Then teaming with Paul London, that was a great tag team. And then on his own, when he had his had his bodyguard, doing deep Brian Kendrick. So I enjoyed it. I already enjoyed Brian Kendrick. I enjoyed it, but his debut, yeah, that's the worst debut to introduce yourself on national television, running around naked. That's a bellboy too. No bueno. No. And my second honorable mention, of course, I'm gonna have to say it. Matt's favorite person of all time, not the group behind me. We all know that. I think it shouldn't be on the list. I think we all know that was a horrible group for everyone. But Matt's favorite one, the Gobbledygooker. The Gobbledygooker. Hector Guerrero debuted as the Gobbledygooker. Who in the hell? That's a Bruce Pritchard ID. I guarantee you that was a Bruce Pritchard ID.
Did that ever have a match?
No, I don't think he ever did have a match. I don't. You know what? I don't think he ever did. By my recollection. But if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen, comment below. Let me know because I don't remember. I don't think I ever seen. I want to see them come out.
Maybe he beat up like Heath Slater or something.
Yeah, that was he did. But Jesus, oh God, this was horrible. I just didn't like this debut. I'm gonna add one more, just very briefly. Zeus, Debo. I'm gonna add that because you know why? Because you made it. He did not know how to wrestle at all. At all. The only reason why he debuted Zeus because the movie, I think it was called No Way Out. I believe it was called No Holds Barred. There you go. No Holds Barred. Can I tell you something? That movie sucked. Go back.
I've never seen it. I've never wasted the 2 hours on that. Then I don't think I will. So
don't do it. I did. I regret, losing my 2 hours of time on my spare time watching that movie. I guess they were trying to promote the movie. That's where they added him, and McMahon wanted to main event him. Like, oh, he's good shit. He's Zeus. But his matches were horrible. But he's lucky that he had Savage on his side. Savage made him look good because Savage was taking all the bumps. He really didn't do much. And plus, okay, what are you supposed to be like? The god of are you supposed to be that pre-trained character, the god of Olympus type of style, the Greek mythology? No, I'm sorry, it didn't fit him at all. It was just bad and short-lived too. I'm glad, but rest in peace, Debo. But I just hated that character for you. I wish you could have debuted as Debo. What belt? What belt? See, that would have been. That's my belt, Punk. There you go. I would have loved to see that. That would have been awesome. Okay. That is my worst top 5 list. Debuts. Take it away, God of Podcasting.
Okay, so man, hearing your list is like wrestling has had so many just terrible ideas, terrible, and I feel that for every 5 bad ideas, there's one good idea, right? I don't know what goes on in those boardrooms or writer rooms, but yes, here's my list of the 5 worst debuts, starting with number 5. And you know what? This is probably going to be a twofer here with this one. Kerwin White. Now, yes, Dolph Ziggler debuted as part of the Suicide Squad, but Kerwin White and his lackey, Dolph Ziggler, kind of debuted at the same time with those characters. Just awful idea. Terrible. Bad. Bruce, was that you? Because that's got your name written.
I wasn't there. Bruce says, I wasn't there. You were there, Bruce.
Yes. A Latino. Raza. Viva la raza. trying to be white and dyeing his hair. No, no, no. Yes, so terrible, awful debut, awful character. Just yeah, no way that was gonna succeed. Number 4, I also have the gobbledygooker, but you know what? I'm here. I'm saying, as you were mentioning him, I'm here thinking, you know what? If they made a Funko Pop, or an action figure of the gobbledygooker, I would get it.
For Matt?
No, actually, I would keep it for myself, and I would buy a second one for Matt. Yeah. So I did hear from Ringside Collectibles that the gobbledygooker is one of the most highly requested figures in WWE. So I mean, people have wanted it. Maybe they did something right here that goes beyond our heads. But yes, I did not like the debut, and anytime that they bring him back, I feel like it's cringe. Yeah, I just want to turn off the TV at that point. But yes, number 4. Number 3, you know what? Seeing this guy's vignettes, and this is kind of a deep cut. Seeing this guy's vignettes intrigued me of the potential and this and that. But when he came out to the ring in person the first time, just awful, terrible. And that is Mordecai.
Oh my god!
Mordecai. Oh my gosh. The next Undertaker, right? Like he kept hinting that he was gonna come after somebody. We never found out who, and then ended up losing to Rey Mysterio on SmackDown, and poof, bye. Yeah, so just no, it did not work for me. He came out with that cross thing, and then no, it just, I don't know, it did not work. Terrible. Number 2 is number 7 right here. 7, Dustin Rhodes as 7. To this day, I don't know what really went on, if what he said was true or real or kayfabe or whatever, that he just hated that piece of crap character, and that he looked like, he himself said that he looked like Uncle Fester. I don't know if that's real, but that is just terrible, awful, because when the guy portraying his own character delivers a promo against the character, that's dead on arrival. So there you go. Number 2 and number 1. There's only one. Did you really tune into this video thinking I was gonna choose something else as number 1? Well, sadly, you are mistaken, because number 1 is the Shock Master. Yes. I looked up right now. Does he even have any matches? No, we never saw the Shock Master in action. If him tumbling down from the door caused his helmet to come off, how is he gonna, take a suplex or a DDT, right? How's he gonna? Did they think about that? Eventually, he has to get into the ring. How is he gonna keep the helmet on if he gets DDT'd? But anyway, terrible ideas, terrible debuts. 2 honorable mentions. One will be a huge surprise for a lot of people, I feel. My first one is Heidenreich.
Well, you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm with you on that.
Oh no, this is not the surprise.
Okay.
No, this is not the surprise.
Okay.
The first one is Heidenreich. The second one is a surprise. Heidenreich just seemed just stiff, awkward right from the beginning. And don't tell Michael Cole that, because he felt the stiff. I mean, yeah. Sorry, Michael. Yes. PG, folks. Actually, no, this is uncensored.
We're
right?
TVMA. Who gives a shit?
We're uncensored. There you go. I should add that to my
Oh yes, he should. Oh my god, I forgot. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Heidenreich just awful, man.
Let me ask you this:
Tell me.
what did Heidenreich remind you of? What do you like his character? Like, did it make sense? I never understood it either. What was it that what was he supposed to be? Is he supposed to be like a Street Fighter character or a Universal Soldier character, like looking like
Zangief?
Dolph or Zangief or like I don't know. I never understood it. I never did.
Yeah, I didn't get it, and apparently a lot of people did not get it. But you know who did get it? Michael
Michael
Cole.
Cole.
This could just keep going. They rate themselves. Thank you, Heidenreich. At least you gave us that.
Oh my god.
And my second honorable mention, which definitely is going to be a surprise for a lot of people, is Braun Strowman. I did not like Braun Strowman in the Wyatt family.
Why? Explain that.
Okay. I don't know if they just did not believe in his mic skills or just they didn't believe that he was ready to or capable of debuting on his own or do his own thing. Or maybe he's just the beard, like, oh, he has a beard, put him in with Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. Okay, when you debut a superstar, you want to make sure that this superstar is seen right away as a future star, right? Is someone that has championship capabilities and this and that. I did not get that from Braun. The first time I saw him, I just thought he was probably, no offense, Omos, but I thought he was just gonna be like a Omos kind of character where, again, stiff in the ring and he's in the Wyatt family because the Wyatt family is really like covering up his shortcomings in the ring, which turned out to not be the case. I feel like a stronger debut was warranted for Braun Strowman. But that's just my opinion. Of course, comment in the comments below, if you disagree. But yes, not a good debut.
That's debatable. But I'm with you what you're saying. I feel this is what I feel that they probably just got him there because remind you that it looks weird when it's a two-person faction. I think this is when Luke Harper, Brody, rest in peace. I think maybe because he was injuring, he got injured a lot at that time. And I think when he stepped out, they like, oh, we need someone. We need anybody. Oh, come here, let's go. Put you in the Wyatt family. Let's get your ass over here. And I feel like that's probably what they got him. And he should be lucky because without that happening, he would not have had a career what he had as of today. So
that's debatable. I feel he proved that he was definitely a very good singles competitor, enough that had he debuted as a singles character and give him the mic, because he doesn't suck at the mic at all.
He doesn't. He's good,
right? Yeah. I feel that had he started off on his own, on his own spotlight, I feel that would have been a much better way to go about it.
Yeah, it's questionable because you could tell like how he transitioned through from debuting into how he became later on, getting a better fit, better ring shape, because he couldn't move around a lot in the ring. He was still green because he was barely just starting. He wasn't there. He wasn't really. He only had a short stint in NXT. He wasn't there for that long. They just put him right in with the Wyatt family, and that's why I feel like that was the reason for his debut, was because they needed to make that faction strong, and it was at that time it was one of the great factions along with the Shield at that time. So I think that's why they kind of brought him in. But if it wasn't without, think about if he wasn't with them and they would have brought him this early how they did with the Wyatt family, I don't think he would have lasted, honestly. I think they would have probably fired him sooner than what they didn't expect. I don't think he would have lasted because he had no mic skills. You could tell. I don't think he had no mic skills at that time. I don't think he ever did. And so that's why it's kind of debatable. But I get it. I'm with you that it wasn't the right way for him to be debuted. I don't know. It's hard. It's questionable how you would have booked him, how you would have booked his debut. It's very questionable because I would. We know his background is what was he? Fitness and muscle man, I guess. Strong
Oh
man.
yeah, Muscle Man.
Yeah.
But see, if you, and that leads to the debate here, or that you have someone like Lars, or had someone like Lars Sullivan.
Yeah.
If you would have had a Braun Strowman in that sort of debut or lead up to his debut, I think that would have been a much better. I mean, ultimately, it all worked out, right? Strowman is a two-time, or I don't know how many times, Universal Champion. It worked out in the end. But we're talking about debuts here. Had it been like a Lars Sullivan type of thing, I think that he would have been in the title picture way earlier than he was.
Interesting. I think, yeah, I can agree with that on that. The only way is, but he would have stayed longer in NXT though. I think if he should have.
That's fine.
Yeah.
NXT serves its purpose.
Yes.
Developmental.
Unfortunately, it's no longer a. I don't even. That's out of the topic, but yes.
Can of worms right there.
Exactly. Absolutely. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our top 5 worst debuts. So stay tuned for another one. It'll be random ones. As a matter of fact, let's do this wheel right now. Might as well get it out of the way and just do the wheel. Let's get this done very quickly. Why the hell not? We want to know what is the wheel of names. The wheel of names. So let's do it very, very briefly. Let me share. Let's see. What we got next, Money Man? Let's find out. Spin that
wheel. Come on. Best babyface turn. Oh. What is that?
Best SmackDown moments. Oh.
Nice.
I like it. I love it.
SmackDown, man. I have a lot of history with SmackDown, I'll tell you what. I made my WWE debut on SmackDown.
Really?
I appeared on the September 23rd, 2005 episode.
That was when it was in Anaheim, right?
Staples Center.
Oh, Staples Center. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. Hey. What? See, Money Mike is he is the next level conscious because he was there.
I was there.
He was there. We got to make a shirt for Mike. I was there. Courtesy of Money Mike. There you go. We got to make a shirt. It's on. And it's decided, courtesy of Clark Street, because they always say that. It is decided we're making Money Mike I was there t-shirt. That's for sure. So there you have it. Best SmackDown moments. I'm looking forward to it because SmackDown has a lot of history. Yeah. And we all know that was the number 1 show more than Raw. But that's debatable too, but we'll get into that sometime soon. We'll do a debate for that soon. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in here at our top 5 picks of the week. Hope you guys enjoy your day. And also to our audio platform listeners, thank you very much. To all of our, around the world, from Sprechen Deutsch, that's right, Switzerland, England, India, and of course here in America, ladies and America. That's right. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. And of course, I'm gonna have to let the unrivaled, the undefeated, the unmatched, the uncensored Money Mike Lopez close out the show.
Of course, my pleasure. Thank you to everybody that has been watching Circle of Debate, Top 5s, the episodes, everything that's been coming out. It's so glad to have you guys on the team. So feel free to, and if you're not, feel free to subscribe, right? Join us in our debates, in the comments, everything. So again, we don't just make podcasts, we make history.